Alrighty, so quick little tip for some of you guys out there. The chainsaw bars are reversible, and so like, yes, it says Stihl vertical upright this way. If you see a saw with a bar on it that way, does not mean that it's backwards or wrong. It's just that the labeling is only one direction on these bars. Saws are designed to have, the two holes here and a hole here, as well as that same hole here, so that if I put this on the saw, you'll notice this hole is going out. In this position, this hole is doing nothing. The one that is on this side is lining up with this groove right here, which is where the oil for the chain is supplied. And that long groove is there so that as this bar is adjusted in or out, the hole is always on that line, so that the chain is always getting oil. General rule of thumb on saws is that anytime you're replacing your chain, you want to take and flip your bar over. It's also a great time to take and dress your bar with a bar dresser, which is something like this, where you can go and you can actually file this top edge. Sometimes you'll get where the chain starts to wear down into this groove. You'll also get where if you ever have like, you feel like a sharp lip on the outside of this thing, you come in and you can 45 this thing and touch those things up, keeping these rails perfectly flat. Essentially, sometimes you can get where like they'll get worn in or worn one a little bit lower than the other, which will cause that saw to not want to cut straight. So dressing the bar and flipping the bar are always a good idea when you're changing chains. One other quick point of reference, we see it sometimes, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about if you don't use chainsaws all the time, you don't remember, but when you're putting the chains on, the cutting tooth, the sharp side should be facing forward away from you on the chain. That means that when it's coming around the bottom, it's going to be pulling back to you. Those chips will be coming back to you. They look like they go other direction, and people will get confused and put them on this way, where the cutting tooth is facing backwards. This is going to be trying to cut on the back. It will not cut, it'll just rub. It actually also is bad for the drive teeth on the sprocket. It will run and turn the chain though, but so just remember the sharp side points away from you on top of that bar.